Welcome, families, to Back to School Night virtually. This is Ms. Costanoble. Hi there. I wanted to also add that I'm available during 8 to 3 during the school day, and then I try my hardest to get back to you. I ask the students if it's during class time to come back to Zoom to ask me a question, because when I get a flood of emails, sometimes it takes me forever to email back, okay? And if it's after the school day, I will get back to you within 24 hours. When I'm asking students to do, if I don't answer you back right away, just give me a chance. I've had sometimes students email me 5 times in 15 minutes. So I'm human. I am also a mother. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not ignoring your child. I just need some time to get back to them. Okay, but if it's during the class time, come to Zoom. I'm there to help you, because if you had that question, maybe somebody else does too. I teach math and science to your child. A little bit about me. I know some of you had watched my video. If you didn't get to watch it, it's on our team page, our team website, Miss Perella made. I'm originally from Long Island, New York. I attended UNC Charlotte for college, and I made North Carolina my home. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. I am married with 2 awesome sons. Jack is in 7th grade and Harry's in 2nd grade here at Lake Norman. I started teaching here at Lake Norman in 2000. And before that, I taught 2 years at Tuckasegee Elementary here in Charlotte. LNC is a wonderful place to work and learn, and I love being a teacher. And the atmosphere is great, the community is great, the family support is great here. Math goals here this year for 5th grade. These are the Common Cores. There's 5 of them, but actually kind of broke up this one in numbers and operations into 2. This numbers and operation base 10 is what we're currently studying, the place value. We also have numbers and operations with fractions and decimals. Measurement and data is a little small unit, and then geometry and operations and algebraic thinking. So all operations, division, multiplication, and so on. Those are just the Common Core standards. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the math for the week, right? So you will have a daily warm-up. They don't have one every day, but when they do, they're worth about 10 to 20 points based on prior day lesson or another day earlier in the year. Homework, when they get homework, it's 10 points. It's usually a completion grade. Sometimes I'll take it for a grade, accuracy grade, and I never tell students beforehand if I will or will not. Classwork is graded for practice, and it's also graded for mastery sometimes, okay? So I still need them to do the best they can, and also to ask questions when they don't know something. Test 1 per chapter. Info usually is on the team page like a few days beforehand. Practice test you'll find there for math. That's the best way to practice, is with some practice tests. We have a quiz about 1 per chapter. And GMTTC stands for Global Math Task Card Twitter Challenge. So I really like doing this. It's like what they do. It's like a challenging problem. It's due on Fridays. But we're going to head, just because of all the e-learning stuff, we said to not start it yet, and we might start it when we come back to more in-personal learning. But it's something about Twitter. I go to my account and I get the question, the math challenge off the account, and I give it to the children, and they have a week to solve it, and on Explain Everything, which is an app where they explain to me how to get to the problem. And one time, even one in my class years ago wanted to write their problem. So a group of kids wrote their problem, and I signed up for that week on Twitter, and I tweeted the question out, in a school, a 5th grade class in Indiana, got it, and they tweeted back the answer, and our students were so excited that someone across the country answered it. So it was kind of neat. We also have ebook. This is our ebook app. Everyone should know what it is, and everyone should know how to log on to their ebook. This is MathWorks. So on Mondays we usually do ebook work. Tuesdays they should be working on their choice boards, which are due on Wednesday night, okay? And that's usually goes along with the chapter we are working on. Wednesday is student seminar, where kids get caught up on missing stuff or get ahead even on other things that they need to get done. And I also offer small group tutoring here in school for the sign-up genius. We've had our first one a couple days ago. Activity we usually do on Thursdays, and we still do other stuff, but these are the highlights during the week. And IXL is usually expected on Fridays, okay? It's a program we do here. Math resources. Our webpage has some resources under math, where you can find apps of things to do for enrichment or practice. Here are some parent links that has kind of important information about it to go into depth more about Common Core. You won't be able to push this link here through this video, but if you have my PowerPoint later, you can. It's the Common Core standards, the big standard, and then they have it broken down by objectives. And I also put a parent roadmap to 5th grade. It kind of goes into the things what students should have mastered before 5th grade and what you should expect them to learn by the time they finish 5th grade. Okay. All right, next we have two, these are available for the students all the time. They're standards-based skill practice. Khan Academy is a free website. We have, all the students have an account, and it's on their cheat sheet. It's a free account. They can search for any topic. If you're having a hard time on something, you go to your Khan Academy, you type in the search engine, I need help on, I don't know, place value with decimals. And then all the videos related to your age and your standard will come up. And there are a bunch of different teachers teaching it, and they do an excellent job. There's even practice problems with tips. iExcel is also another standard-based. Its students they all have a school account. They all have it on their cheat sheet. It can be classwork or homework from me, but you can also use it anytime you want for more practice, anytime. Or enrichment, okay? There's a diagnostic they do, and they suggest things that the students need to be successful, okay? Even if they've mastered everything in 5th grade, they kind of tell them what they should be working on next. And so if you're in 5th grade and you didn't master a 3rd grade skill, that might show up on here, and they give you tips to work on it. So if you, there's always something to be looking at. There's always something to do on iExcel, okay? It can help you with a test or quiz, and when you get the answer wrong, it explains to you why it is wrong, okay? All right, science goals and essential standards. So we don't have, it's not Common Core for science, but we have these essential standards we use here in North Carolina. 3 major topics we cover are life science, earth science, and physical science. So in 7th grade, these are kind of the topics they also cover, but in 5th grade, we kind of scrape the surface and then they go in more depth in 7th grade. Right now, we're currently doing life science. It's a structure and functions of living things, ecosystems, genetics, and identifying the human body systems, which is kind of really fun. Cells, we have great labs. So if we don't come back in school, these labs will have to be teacher-led, but lots of times the kids love to get in there and do these hands-on labs. Earth science, we're going to do water on Earth, weather patterns, changes on Earth's surface. The weather patterns is like a huge topic, okay? A lot of that stuff these 5th graders will learn, I think most adults don't know, okay? Because we have to learn about all the convection currents, which provides how weather comes from one side of the world to the other, how the Gulf Stream and the jet stream affect it, how El Nino and La Nina affect weather patterns. So they have to learn a lot in 5th grade. That's kind of a newish topic since I've been teaching 5th grade for our students. And how to protect our Earth. Physical science is, you know, the hows and whys of science, okay? The physical meaning you touch things, right? We're going to learn about matter, the properties and changes of matter. We also learn about forces. The forces are gravity, magnetism, electricity, and friction. Motion, we learn about speed and velocity, Newton's laws. We have lots of fun labs to do, you know, for physical science and also energy. So those are always fun to do. Next, science work. Okay, so in science, we kind of try to incorporate some study skills in science. So study skills with incorporated in science class, note-taking, researching, outlining. Okay, so we've already done a few of these in our the activities we've been working on. We're going to review many concepts taught in 3rd grade science. So that should come around again if they say, I learned that in 3rd grade. So we're going to go in depth a little bit more. Schoology. Okay. Well. Schoology. So the calendar will be updated weekly with major assignments, tests, and quizzes. I do not put nightly homework on Schoology as a due date necessarily. It's going to be in their folder for upcoming events, or in their instructions, excuse me, and it'll tell them the things that they have to do. I suggest that the kids write this down in the agenda when they open up their instructions. So that way they can check off the stuff that they have done, okay? Kind of give them some sort of independent way of keeping up with their things. It's a tool. I mean, once you learn to use your agenda, it becomes such a valuable tool, even as an adult, right? So if you see a blank in the grade, but you know your child submitted it, you see they submitted it, and it's blank, a dash. Well, that signifies that the child has submitted it, but I have not graded it yet, okay? So if you see a 0, I physically put a 0 in. That means that was not turned in Usually, it means it was not turned in. But then when you look at it, you see a 0, but there is a submission. Well, that probably means they turned it in after it was due, okay? So I hadn't had a chance to go back in and check the late work. If you see a grade of 0.5, that's my way of saying I've opened what they submitted, but it's not right. So when they change it, I'll change the grade back to a 0.5, but that signifies me not to open it again because I already know what it is until I get a new notification, okay? So 0.5 usually means they have to fix something, okay? And excused assignments do not need to be made up, and that's usually if it's the only time I really ever excuse assignments is when I had to repost it to them because the original didn't work very well, or if we did a lab together in class and you weren't there, you can't really do the work with it, right? So, and the iPad cheat sheet can be found for all the stuff you need for Schoology on our team page. All right, things to remember. Policies and procedures can be found on our team website and on our team page, okay, about like classwork and homework and policies, and when we get back into school, like the school rules and stuff. Mastery tracking is used for math, and we here at Lake Norman consider 80% mastery, okay? Technology will get better as time goes on, I promise. They've already gotten so much better from day one. There are how-to videos on how to do something, how to submit an assignment, how to access my Google Drive, how to submit something from my Google Drive. So please look on our team please look on our team page under resources for those how-to videos. Students are expected to keep up with their missing assignments by checking their grades regularly using the web version of Schoology, not the app. I've taught and I've said it over and over in our Zooms, please log into the web version because it gives a detailed report of every grade they've done and all the notes the teachers have given them as well, okay? EllenCharter.Schoology.com, that is it. Using this will give detailed information. And I just repeated that from the page before about iPad cheat sheet. Okay, so for the parents, your child is getting independent in 5th grade. We want you to help your child stay organized by using their agenda, writing assignments down, and following a calendar. Give lots of love and support. This is a big adjustment, but please resist the urge to run interference for your child. They will not learn unless they do it for themselves. Instance, I don't need to check what's due. I know my mom's going to go check and tell me what I have to do, okay? Or, just stuff like that. So we don't want them to snowball now, but they need to learn to do it on their own, okay? If you have a question about a grade or an assignment, please ask your child first about it. And then if your child doesn't know, have your child reach out to their teacher, okay? We're trying to make them be more independent on their end as 5th graders. If you need to contact me, my email is tcostanovo@ellencharter.org, which I think a lot of you know, or the Schoology Messenger. I do prefer the school mail because it's easier to add people on or to locate something when I need to in an email. All right? All the hiccups with COVID. I do look forward to working with you and making this year a success.